Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, this is ice fishing time, and I've always promised you I'd try to pass on as much information as I can about ice fishing. And this morning I called Fat Nancy's down in Pulaski. And the reason I call them is I also do a piece on the Froggy radio station down in that area. So I try to get information on all the waters in our area. Well, the one thing they said to me was the ice fishing has really gone to heck. And I said, tell me what you mean. Why are you saying that? He said, well, the ice has become so dangerous, so iffy. You know, there's people out fishing on 3 inches of ice, but oh my gosh, he said, we can't recommend that to anybody. And you got to remember something. A store like Fat Nancy's or any other bait and tackle shop, they rely on people coming in and buying stuff and going fishing. So the last thing they want to tell people is not to go fishing, but they're erring on the side of safety, and I love that. I love the fact that they're honest enough to tell people that. You know, it's almost like right now, the ice conditions are sort of like we would expect them to be a month from now. You know, it seems like every week we've been saying, is the ice safe enough yet? Is it built? And now we're all of a sudden it's going in the other direction in so many cases. We can't control the weather. And the warm air that we've had has made it very difficult for ice to stabilize, become thicker, and become safer. And, you know, I think the fish know all that's going on, too, because one of the other things the guy told me at Fat Nancy's, I asked him about the Salmon River. That's a whole different thing. But how is the steelhead fishing in the river? And he said, well, actually, there's been a number of steelhead that have moved into the down river part where the river flows into Lake Ontario. They haven't moved up yet, but a lot of new steelhead have moved in because with the thawing of the ice, with the snow melting, the current in the river is increased. And whenever there's an increase in the flow, it stimulates those fish out in the lake to start entering in. Now, why the steelhead enter in? Because it doesn't stimulate them to spawn. They're coming in to eat food that they know is going to be in there. But, you know, to me, this is fascinating. And I asked the guy at the same time, I says, okay, what do you tell people that want to catch, that come from other parts of the country, different states? They've never really done this before. So how do you tell them the best bet for catching these fish? He says, well, the best bet, the best bait is a blue egg sac. Now, up here where most of you are listening to what I'm saying, we probably won't get down there. And a blue egg sac doesn't mean all that much, but here's what it really means, that color of things can be so critical, and it can depend, what color is going to be good can depend on the clarity of the water, the flow of the water. They have to be able to see the bait if they're going to find it and open their mouth and be able to take it in. And that's where color can become a big thing. But really, the heart of this report is about the fact that the ice conditions are so iffy. And the last thing I want to do is tell people to go out and get on ice that I might not have any idea about. I know I had a guy where I run, where he's going by me the other way, and he had his dog. And I didn't know he knew who I was, but we both stopped for a second to say hello. And he said, by the way, have you seen there's been a couple of people out on Wheat House Bay? Oh, my goodness. What are they thinking being out there on the ice? Now, whether this guy's a fisherman or not, I don't know. But the point is, people are very aware that it can be very dangerous to get out on melting ice. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.